All right, so let me say good evening. I hope you're hearing me. And if you're hearing me, all I want you to do is say yes. And it's Sunday evening right here with our sip and chat, yeah? My name is Sharon Felix. Well, I realize Wendell is doing his own live, but I'm here with you this evening. We're gonna sip and chat, yeah. Remember, today is the 13th of June 2021, and all of you celebrating your birthdays today, I say happy birthday and your anniversary. Happy anniversary. And all you have to do is share the live. Yeah, man, share the live. We're gonna have some talk today. Real talk. Facts. Information. Sip and chat on a Sunday afternoon. So guys, all you need to do is share the live. So I want to make sure you're hearing me loud and clear. And of course I want to say good evening to all of you on my Facebook page. Shortly I'm going to be sending the link across to Titans of Democracy and of course my Facebook page. You know, I have some info for you, but you need to share the live so that the information be given to a wider scope of people listening, right? So if I have 15 people listening or looking or viewing and you share the live, it's going to be 30, 35, 40, 45, and we're going somewhere. So you need to share the live this afternoon. Let me wait for it to build a bit. All right. So I know it's Sunday evening, and a lot of people probably either getting ready for bed, because remember, we're in a lockdown, it's curfew, we're in a state of emergency. So 7 o'clock is time for you to be inside. So it's now 8:42. So I'm sure a lot of you are inside preparing for tomorrow, whether you're doing your thing virtually or not. But I'm just here, guys, to share some information. And y'all know I like to bring it real. And we've been hearing so many things about the vaccine, people bad talking it, confusion and mayhem. But someone sent me today some information, and I wanted to share it with you. I can't wait for tomorrow morning, please God. I just needed to share it with you. So, in order to do that, we need to get the numbers up. And to get the numbers up, you need to share the live. So I'm waiting for the live to build up a bit. Let me say good evening to Trent. Yeah, my technician. And let me say good evening to all of you logging on from wherever you are. I'm hoping that in a short while you are going to be seeing it on YouTube also. But I'm going to leave all the bacchanal and confusion for in the morning. We'll talk about the sedition behavior. We'll talk about many things tomorrow morning. But I just needed to share this bit of information with you tonight. So come on, people, share the live. All you want me to make a tune? And tell all you how to share the live. And anybody know me know I love jazz, eh? So it's just sipping and chatting this evening on a mellow Sunday right here in the company of yours truly, Sharon Felix. Say good evening to some people who I'm seeing. Let me say good evening to Lincoln. Good evening to Karen. Yeah, Karen, you know we sisters, just drop it, eh? Good evening to Alicia Almond the Roach. And let me see if I could see all of you all, eh? All right, so Trinidad, Tobago, and the world, whoever you are, wherever you are, listening, watching, let me say good evening to Sharon Loney, Sharon R. Williams, J. Barclay, Selwyn Archer. Good evening to all of you. I wonder if I say morning. I saw Teresa Conliffe and a number of persons on. Thank you very much. I'm seeing 44 shares. Nitro, Carl King, all of you guys on. Thank you so much. Yeah. So we're sipping and chatting this evening, and before we go any further, so I just wanted to share this bit of information or this video with you this evening, because we talk about the AstraZeneca, we talk about the Sinopharm. So let's hear from someone or from a country who has used both vaccines and hear the outcome of the both vaccines and how it's working or it worked for them. So I want you to listen. Let me say good evening to Anthony McFarlane. That is my neighbor, my childhood from a child. My real people, my real Sour Hill people. Say good evening to Sour Hill. Sour. So, guys, I want you to look, listen, observe, take notes, and you will understand. I'm not just coming here to talk, but just to let you know what's happening. And for some people who feel that COVID, the coronavirus, is a hoax, I know better than that. I know better than that, Trinidad and Tobago. And as I said, I lost my niece a couple days ago from that virus, that deadly virus that some of us feel is a hoax. All right? And not because you're vaccinated, it means you're going to go and be, you have to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined, and you have to continue practicing the protocols that are here for us to practice to stay alive. But it's the most amount of people I see want to stay alive is this time. So let me ask my technician to put over a video for you this evening. I want you to listen, pay attention. And at the end of this, you'll tell me what you think. And we'll open the lines. I'm going to open the lines and take some calls, and you talk to me this evening. It's Sip and Chat, right here on a Sunday evening.
70% of the population has had. That's one of the highest vaccination rates in the world. The rapid rollout allowed the holiday hotspot to reopen for tourists back in March.
I need to get some volume.
Since then, it's seen a spike in infections, even in vaccinated patients. So what's going on? Well, joining us now is Wayval Ramakalavan. He's the president of Seychelles, and he joins us now. Mr. President, fantastic to have you on the show. Let's talk about your incredible process or progress in vaccinating your citizens. You moved very quickly to secure doses. Talk to me about where you are now in terms of fully vaccinated people. What percent?
Hold on for me, guys.
Well, thank you very much, Julia. In terms of fully vaccinated, as far as the 2 doses are concerned, we are at 64%. But as far as the first dose is concerned, we are at 100% because we have vaccinated 70% of our population. So this is where we stand right now.
And you're using a combination of Sinopharm from China and the AstraZeneca dose or vaccine produced by the Serum Institute of India.
That's right. We started off with Sinopharm for those between 18 and 60, and for the over 60s, we administered AstraZeneca first. But after we had vaccinated the over 60s, we also offered AstraZeneca to everyone above 18, and this combination has worked extremely well for us.
And then you opened up to tourism introduction. Clearly, tourism is an important part of your economy. It employs around a third of your workers, I believe, too. Talk to me about the reopening and how concerned we should be perhaps about seeing more COVID cases.
Well, the reopening was on the 25th of March, and since then it's been a real success. The economy has taken off once again. We've had many visitors, but of course not from Europe, which is usually our main market. We've had secondary markets like Russia, Israel, and the UAE. These have been our main, this is where our main visitors have come from. But I must say, things were going extremely well until around the 8th of May, we saw a spike in the number of cases. And this, of course, posed, got many people asking questions, even the WHO. But I must say that the numbers have gone down. And, for example, I can tell you the curve is way down. And yesterday we only registered 58 new cases. So things have gone down. But what we also realized was that the majority of people who were contracting the virus had not been vaccinated. And those who had been vaccinated were what we call asymptomatic positives. So people were tested positive, but they didn't have any symptoms. But something else that has really struck us, and in fact it's proved to us that the two vaccines have really been effective, is up to now we haven't had a single death of anyone who's had the 2 doses. And furthermore, we had an old people's home where 86 patients who had received only 1 dose of the AstraZeneca were totally asymptomatic, and they have all recovered. So the vaccine has really saved the Seychelles.
And you raised some very important points here, I think, outside of what you're seeing in Seychelles versus those that are being vaccinated or not vaccinated around the world. Is there any reason, and some have questioned the efficacy of the Chinese vaccine, based on what you're seeing, is there any reason to assume that the assumed efficacy rate of the Chinese vaccine is significantly lower than other vaccines out there?
No. Julia, I took the AstraZeneca. No, sorry. I took the Sinopharm. In fact, I was the first person in the Seychelles to receive the Sinopharm and the first African leader to also receive the Sinopharm. I would say it's just vaccine politics. It's the West versus China and the usual politics. The efficacy of the Sinopharm vaccine is perfect. As I say, it has saved the Seychelles. If the Sinopharm vaccine was not effective, then we would, of course, have had deaths. We would have had more people being hospitalized and suffering. But this has not been the case. After I took the Sinopharm vaccine, I also did an antibody test after the second dose, and 2 weeks later, and my antibodies any virus. So I would say all vaccines are working. And furthermore, yes, we've found the South African variant, but our people are doing extremely well. And there's so I have no reason to doubt the efficacy of the Sinopharm vaccine and also the AstraZeneca vaccine.
President Ramkalawan, because you've been so positive about the Chinese vaccine in particular, I will have to ask you, you did pay for those vaccine doses and there were no special privileges given by China in order for the Seychelles to get access to those vaccines.
Well, in fact, it was not China that donated the vaccines to Seychelles. We got the vaccines from the UAE, Russia. We've only had gifts so far. We haven't had to buy a single vaccine. So it's not what you're thinking. And,
just checking.
And
diplomacy works, sir. Talk to me.
Yes. In fact, we've been very lucky because Seychelles. So when I visited the UAE in December, I talked about the vaccine because the UAE had already rolled out the Sinopharm vaccine, and that's when we got the vaccine. And this allowed us in early January to roll out our own program.
And it's good to hear. Let me just ask you about economic recovery and how your people are doing, and also what the message is to tourists that are coming down now. What precautions are in place for tourists that want to take a holiday, want to come to Seychelles? Are they going to be safe?
Well, I can say to everyone, I can look at anyone in the eye and say, come to Seychelles. Seychelles is totally safe. And how do I prove that? Up to now, we haven't had one case. Not should they contract the virus, or as we know, sometimes people come with the virus. We have the facilities. Our health system is not overwhelmed like in many countries. And this is, again, because we are taking the necessary. Even at the hotels, we have special standard operating procedures. So it is safe to come to Seychelles, and they've been coming in drones. And this has helped the country to recover. The major hotels are 90%, have a 90% occupancy rate. So the Israeli tourists have come to Seychelles, and they've been able to do their PCR test, the exit PCR test. And so Seychelles is absolutely safe. And in fact, I smile sometimes when I hear Seychelles being mentioned in the news, because nobody talks about the Maldives, which is on average getting all the taxis, transportation, and everywhere, the hotels, they've been certified by the health authorities. You can come, enjoy your holiday, and you will go back home safe. So, Julia, take the next plane, come to Seychelles, and enjoy the warmth of our welcome.
That's a date. I have to say I was mesmerised by the pictures. They look absolutely beautiful, and I wish you all well. And congratulations with the rollout of the vaccine. That's incredible work. Thank you so much, the President of the Seychelles there.
Hello and welcome. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran, and you're watching a special broadcast here on DD India. And I have with me a very, very special guest, Mr. Waival Ramkalavan, President of Seychelles, to talk about
All right, so you just heard. What are your thoughts? You tell me, what are your thoughts? After hearing that, would we have an issue with Sinopharm and AstraZeneca? What are your thoughts, people? You can call me on 475-7426 and let's have a discussion tonight. What are your thoughts? I took AstraZeneca. My children took Sinopharm. I've heard so many negative comments on both vaccines. I'm so happy that my friend sent me this that I wanted to share with you this evening. So I want to take one or two calls. I want you to tell me before I come off the live. What are your thoughts on what you just saw? I know probably it wasn't the best of the audio or the video, but you can call me. Tell me what are your thoughts. 475-7426. Let me say good evening to Akil Delandi, to Sholan Modest, my nephew. Let me say good evening to Carl King, Suzette Jackie, Lincoln Charles, Nitro Rowe, Shay Barclay, Alicia Ormond the Road, Selwyn Archer, Elmi Joyo, Luke Forrester, Theresa Conliffe, Orson DeRoche, Sharon Looney, Sharon R. Williams, Dale Hooker, good evening to all of you. Netta Gibson, good evening. Which one of you are brave enough to call me? Teresa, where are you? Call me on 4757-426. I'm sure that's the number. As sure as day, that's the number. Let me see. Let me make sure that's the number. Just want to make sure. Yeah, man. So that's the number. 475-7426. You can call me. Tell me, what are your thoughts on what you heard? And President Ram Kilawan is the president of Seychelles, and of course that's a country, a part of East Africa. So when I hear all the talk about, oh, they're giving all the African and them the vaccine to kill them all, that's the conversation I be hearing when they come, you know. Over and over, you know. That's the conversation I hear. We just heard from someone who is doing well with both vaccines. So I'm really hoping that I get a call. And if not, it's 9:06 p.m. And in a short while, you know what? Caller, good evening. Caller, good evening. Caller, good evening. Listen to me on your phone, please. Caller. Okay. So when you call, guys, you need to listen to me on your phone and not on your PC. Caller, good evening.
Hello?
Hi, Teresa.
Hello?
Hi, Teresa, I'm hearing you.
Hi, I could hardly hear you.
But I'm hearing you. You're hearing me better? Teresa? Teresa?
Hi, darling.
How
You
you
could hear
doing?
me? I could hardly hear you.
I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Oh, now I hear you.
All right.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, darling. You could hear me? I could hardly hear you.
Apparently there's a delay. So you need to, Teresa, you
Well,
don't listen to the
I'm
PC.
good, I'm good. I listened to the gentleman. I had my second shot yesterday. And I had the Pfizer.
Oh, you had the Pfizer. Okay. Listen to me on the phone. Load down the PC.
I had my second shot yesterday.
Load down your PC, Teresa.
And I had the Pfizer. Oh, you had the Pfizer. Okay. Listen to me on the phone. Load down the PC. I had my second shot yesterday. Okay. I turn it off. Yeah.
Yes.
Because it was bothering the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you. So you had your second shot of your Pfizer. Teresa.
Hello?
Teresa, I'm hearing you. Teresa.
Let me try calling back.
Okay, no problem. I'm hearing her loud and clear. I don't know what's going on her end. But guys, when you call, you need to load down your PC or your phone or whatever you're listening to the program on. So you need to do that. Yeah? All right. But that was just to set some of our minds at ease. To know. You heard him say that he
here
did
to help you throughout your day.
Hey, what is that? You heard him said that he did an antibody test. Teresa, are you hearing me now? Hello? Hello? Okay, I don't know what's going on now. All right, so we will have to do some checks and balances, but one thing that stood out for me is when he said that he did the antibody testing, and since then he haven't contracted any viruses, and that stood out for me. So it was just to bring this bit of information to you guys tonight. I thought it was important to do so, and I think it might allow some of us to rest peacefully tonight. Yeah, I feel that we'll have to do that. All right, so Teresa, are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
You hear me much better? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so then it's your house phone then.
Yeah, it was the house phone, so I decided to call from the cell.
Okay. So you told me you got your second shot of Pfizer?
No, yeah, I got my second shot yesterday. It was started for the 24th of July. But because they're trying to move up the second dose with a lot of people, they moved mine up to yesterday.
Oh, great.
So I was happy to get it. And I'm totally fine. My mom was moved up too. She got it, and she's fine.
Good.
So we both had it. My daughter has had both of them. They're still giving the AstraZeneca here. They're giving it as a second dose, because what I noticed with a lot of people are saying they already took the first one, the AstraZeneca, and they don't know what's the data on mixing the dose, because people who have gotten the AstraZeneca were told if they didn't want it, they could take the Pfizer or the Moderna.
Oh, so they're mixing.
But a lot of people, yeah, out here. But a lot of people are saying they already took the AstraZeneca, and because there's not a lot of data on the mixing, they would prefer to stick with the one that they got.
Yes, because I had AstraZeneca, and I'm due for my second dose of AstraZeneca.
Right. So a lot of people, as of tomorrow, they're going to sign up, and a lot of people are going for the AstraZeneca. There's some people who might switch, I don't know. But with the AstraZeneca, they were told they had to wait 12 weeks. But then they push it up now to 8 weeks.
Okay.
So all we have to do is wait and hope. We haven't heard anything lately about anybody getting blood clot or anything with the AstraZeneca. In the beginning, I think Canada had about 5 people that it happened to. But lately, we haven't heard anything, right? And we're not getting that other vaccine, the Chinese vaccine. We don't have that one here. Okay. Yeah, we don't have that one here. We had the Johnson & Johnson, but they pulled that back because of some problem they had in Baltimore.
Okay.
So they're not giving out the Johnson & Johnson. So as far as they have those 3 that they're giving out. And a lot of my friends have gotten the first one, and a lot of them are going for the second one, and nobody has had any problem.
Excellent. Excellent.
Okay.
And just to let you guys know, Teresa Conliffe is calling all the way from Canada.
So, I'm watching, and I noticed that a lot of people want the vaccine because I noticed what happened last week. And listen, when we had our first rollout, there was problems.
Tell them.
Okay? There was problems. A lot of seniors got stuck in the sun. They didn't know what to do. They had them lingering. It was a problem the first time. They went and they fixed the problem. And there was no problem. A lot of seniors got caught with it. But, I always tell people, this thing is all over the world. It's the first time the world has to deal with something like this. So there is going to be problems as we go along. But as we go along, the problem is going to be fixed. I don't think they knew that so many people wanted the vaccine until that morning. And then again, a lot of people came out that shouldn't have been there because there was an age limit, as far as I know and as far as I heard. So everything is going to be okay as of going forward. Nobody is going to resign.
Thank you so much.
And that should be that.
Thank you so much, Teresa.
Everything is going to be fine. With the grace of God, everything is going to be fine. People just have to go listen to what the scientists say. If you call your age right now, they're doing it by age and they're doing it by time. If you had your vaccine, now by the May the 9th, they're telling you to come. So everything's starting to fall in place. In every country, there's going to be problems. All Trinidadians have to do is take their time, listen to what the government say, and do what the government say, and everything would be all right. Okay?
Thank you so much, Teresa, for sharing.
You're welcome, my dear. I'm in my bed. So, it's, as a matter of fact, the weather is really nice out here now. So summer is coming and they're opening back a lot of the stuff. We're in the first phase of opening back, where they open back some of the stores and they open the pools and, they open the restaurants, but you cannot eat inside. They have outside eating, so they have the patio for you to go for dinner, and by the 2nd of July, they would open another phase. And our numbers, you wouldn't believe, people have to realize something before I go. Our numbers were very high in Ontario. And it's the same thing I noticed in Trinidad. But the numbers, if people follow what you said, the numbers go down. And people started following. Our numbers are under 500, a little over 500. That's what our numbers are in Ontario right now. It used to be 2,000 or 3,000. People are following what they're telling because people are fed up of being inside, so they want to come outside.
So they're following the instructions, they're following the protocols, they're following the wear your mask, sanitize, stay inside, just go out and get what you need to get and get back inside. No liming, no zesting.
People, but you're going to find a few in any country. You'll find few of them that, would misbehave. I'm not going to lie. There's few of them, like you're catching them, like they catch some last night trying to give a party where they shouldn't have given party because you're not supposed to gather inside. They could gather outside, but 10 people outside, But people are following the protocols, and that is why we were able to open up before the date. We were supposed to open up on the 14th, and they opened up a week before.
Oh, very good.
So if they continue, I feel we will open before the 2nd of July. We will go to phase 2 because people are following protocols. That's all people have to do. Follow the protocol, and we'll get out of this.
Excellent.
All right.
Thank you so much, Teresa.
All right, my darling. You have a good night.
You too.
And I hope more people call and tell you how, what the experience was listening. But mine was good. I'm fine. My family's fine. Nobody I know took it. Anything is wrong with them. All right?
Thank you so kindly.
All right, love. Take care.
Okay, my darling. Thank you very much.
Okay, then. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, darling. And listeners, that is or was my friend Teresa Conliffe, all the way in Ontario, Canada. And you heard what she said. So, we taking your calls. Call me. Uncle Sheldon, I saw you calling me. But I had to continue with the other call. So call me up on 747. I continue with the 74757 Call me up, guys. Let's have a discussion tonight. I'm waiting for that call. Let's talk. I'm sure I have people calling who are listening from the US of A and from the UK and so on. If they are up in the UK this hour, you can call me. I want to hear. So, I know some of you all shy, and it's the first, or tonight is the second night that I would have come on live. So I know some people kind of a little shy-ish, but I know that wouldn't be for long. The next time I come on again, we'll have more callers. I don't know where Mr. Chance is tonight. Probably fell asleep on me. So I'm expecting to have more persons calling. But tonight was just to, give that bit of information as I got it. I wanted to share it with you. So again, people, please follow the protocols and to get yourself vaccine. Please take your vaccine to get vaccinated. Please take your vaccine when that time is there. I see that we're getting some Pfizer. I was reading an article and let me just see if I can find it so I can share it with you guys. Alright, so of course the update for today, 14 additional deaths, 301 new cases confirmed, and I am seeing a donation of vaccines to national security. The Ministry of National Security wishes to advise that it has accepted a small donation of Pfizer vaccine from the government of the United States of America for use by national security. This donation is much appreciated and indicates the continued working relationship between the Ministry of National Security and the government of the United States of America. So Trinidad and Tobago, things are happening, and all I'm asking you is to just continue to follow the protocols. And let's do what we have to do and try to keep ourselves safe. Alright, so I think this is where I want to take my exit. It was nice being here. Just to give you that bit of information. And of course you can catch me tomorrow morning from 6 a.m. on the Street 919 FM, where we'll have more open discussions and I'll bring more information to you. I'm out. Have a good evening. Please be safe. Please follow the protocols. Let's fight this COVID together and make TNT a safer, more better, and a happier place for us all to reside. I'm out.